Okay, in accordance with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, this channel is not to be intended to be viewed by children under the age of 13. Viewer discretion is advised. Hey everyone, Dragon King Mark here, and welcome to Ash of Gods Redemption Part 15. I'm trying something new. Last we left off, Pheng had to basically... Pheng and his crew had to make their way to the Triple Men here. We're here. And, well, a lot happened. Had to defeat some enemies, had to do some stuff along the way, got some more strixes and stuff, did some shopping. Oh, also, we have an Ense with us. He's right over there. Right next to Swarty. His name's Kama. I felt like we should bring him with us. He gave us some insight as to more about the Enses, and it's still confusing, but I think we're starting to at least get something out of it. Now, we have a chance to talk with everyone here. Let's do it. Let's talk with Alice. The dark-skinned monk is still out of sorts. He looks confused. Loitering forlornly beside the men here, Alice the monk casts worried glances at the dead Frisians and Enses. He seems disinterested in arms and trophies. You address him. Did the men here help you, Alice? Did it cure your weakness? Alice shrugs timidly. Yes, I'm cured, I suppose. I just cannot get over walking side by side with death. It is common knowledge that standing between the stones is much preferred to touching them, he evidently adds. Today I learned why. I saw the dead Frisians by the men here and knew that touching it is what killed some among them. Ask whether he knows about a sage in the steppes. Alice suddenly remembers something. My brother encountered a sorcerer on the Kimra path on occasion. He claimed to be looking after a man here, but that's bullshit. There are no secret stones in the area other than the reclining man here, and it needs no minding. You turn around and leave without another word. Well, Alice, I guess, is a bit nervous. I don't blame him. Jeanette? You were arguing with Bola. Let's see what's up. What is it, Icon? You're to question me about the little argument with Bola? Just sit back and enjoy the show. You realize that if I wanted to kill her, I could do it with a flick of a finger. What was the argument about? Could be about you? You don't believe me. Well, alright. I saw a ruby earring in a Frisian's ear, so I cut it off, ear and all. But guess what? This whore told me off. Told me I shouldn't defile the bodies. You remind me of a peacock. Fanning out feathers and flaunting. No fight or flight, doing everything poorly but looking good doing it. Just remember, Icon, a crazed peacock is no less dangerous than a rabid wolf. They shoot rabid wolves from a distance. Same goes for foxes. Doom? Doom stands rooted in the spot. Is he considering return to Frisia? I hope not, I like him. What are you staring at, Icon? I'm the same old Doom. Not being opaque, just think it's a bit too late for me to start from scratch. What choice do I have? Doesn't make a difference. You could stay here. The Vale of Mercy is full of brigands. Let's see, I know for a fact that one answer seems like right. I mean, staying here in the waste is probably a bad idea. You could stay here. And do what? Fraternize with the girls? They'll have me turning a grindstone at the mill, and then bind me to it and throw me off a cliff. No thank you, I'd rather go with you. Ah, well, it's increased. Whatever you do, the choice is yours. If you're coming with me, get ready. We leave soon.
Don't take much these days. Straighten my clothes, tie my belt. That's it. I'm ready.
I kind of wonder if what they say about men here is true. If someone is alien, they should walk between the stones. Obviously, you should not touch them, like patting a rattlesnake it is. You will not know unless you try. Lure? Do you know these lands? Which way would you choose to approach Barkana? There's not much to know. The hungry path is bad, and the monk's path is no better. Same goes with the Frisian road. I've been here a year, and I've traveled them all quite a bit. What's wrong with the Frisian road? Were I still a watchman, I'd say it's a wicked path swarming with gals. As it is, we don't want to run the Frisian patrols either. There'll be plenty of merchants and inns along that route. Women, not so much. The gals keep a watchful eye over their tasty morsels. That is messed up. What about the hungry path? Well, actually, what scares you about it? The land on both sides of the path is strewn with monks' bones, evidence of the gals of their worst. The path is also reeked of death. No amount of water can wash away the foul taste. And the pilgrim path? It's like the hungry path, but worse. All ravines, gullies, and brambles. Ambush territory. Watchmen dare not venture down that road, even in broad daylight. Not to mention the wild beasts and crawling critters. No squatting to relieve yourself. Oh, that is terrible. We should choose one of these roads. Choose the way and we'll follow. You can take either path before the Frisian legions arrive. Depends on where you want it to end up. However, the destination is of no consequence in the company of such beauties, nor is the direction. Do you know of a shortcut through the steep? I know no shortcut, but I've seen the Chimera disappear in that arid land with my own eyes. One moment you see a whole group, but by the time you climb a hill, they're already out of sight. It's rumored that they're aided by a wandering man here and a sage that looks after it, but I know not else. You nod and walk to your horse. Again with that freaking wandering men here. Cora, I got it last night. Outriders demo. I'm actually kind of curious about playing it now. I'm kind of a little bit excited. Bola. Shanette quarrel with Bola. You have already heard Shanette's version of the events. Bola hides her face when she notices you. You do not intend to go around moralizing, but you have no desire for attention in your party. What do you want? Have you never seen a girl fight? Trust me, there will be more. We grab hair and knock out teeth. You don't hear me complain. You're not here to wipe our noses. I saw her lunge at you. She was showing off. She's hot-tempered and quick to flare up. She knew there were men watching. Men love a good cat fight, so I told her off. A fine excuse. Senna is so fetching in a fight. She's better than I am. What did you tell her? I told her that I'll not tolerate her whims. I can't stand it when the dead are butchered. I can't stand when someone dredges up anger. As if I'm not angry enough. What happened to the ruby? A ruby? Did she tell you that? Did she tell you that? I couldn't care less about the ruby. Have you seen the Inquisitor's collection in Woden? Shanette has it now. She's expanding it. She also took the torture tools. Oh, what's driving her? I have no inclination to fuss. Don't fuss then. We could have killed each other, so what? You'd get on your horse and ride away. What are we to you? I shall do that. I shall do exactly that. Keep that in mind. I'm not perfect. I detest this as much as I could kill. If you want to kill, do it. I'll take your words to heart, Icon. You turn to see Shanette looking at you with poorly concealed anger. Oh, she's gonna kill me. She's going to kill me. Okay, Swarty. Jacksepticeye. Oh. Sorry, I was just checking my phone. You approach Swarty and notice water skins behind her. She's either thirsty or in the middle of cleaning herself up. A woman can find a place to watch without being watched. I stepped behind the man here, but Roar was doing his business there. That man has no shame. He beckoned to me. Ask the other woman to hold a piece of cloth as a screen while you wash. Let's see. How's your neck? It's not worse. It burns, of course, but the pain eased after I walked between the stones. It restored my strength, to be sure. When will they also disappear? When the reaping ends, or when we all die. Try to ignore it for now. We need to save water. Better to stink than die of thirst. Don't speak for everyone. You'd not sheathe a notched and glorious sword, would you? My body is much like your sword. Just as lethal. Just as lethal, you mean?
Ooh.
Swarty turns red and starts to say something and falls silent. Nice. Okay, the triple men here. There is enough distance between the three men here to walk between them. Let's go walk between them. You walk between the sacred stones, careful not to touch them. A divine force washes over you, and you suddenly feel at peace. Your wounds are healed, your mind settled. Seeing you are unharmed, the others follow. Party injury decreased by 1. We got a lot of level ups to do. Oh, just gotta add in Kama. We'll swap out Kendi for Kama. So, what have I been up to today? Well, not much, honestly. I was playing some more Ark with my friends. Long story short is I tried to tame a wyvern last night. It did not work, man. I don't know where to begin. Deadly shot. Alright, she's level 4. Give her deadly shot as well. Now for Kama. Athletics would be useful. Hidden potential, ooh. Let's grab these. We'll pop 2 into weakening. Now, Kama. He is a master of the hunt of the sacred cliffs, called the Fingers of the Gods, and was chosen and blessed by Tibar, son of the gods. Let his hand of vengeance be ever steady. He's able to control steel birds and wasps, an ability the gods gave him for abandoning his past behind. Kama is a 4th level warrior who traversed 3 veils of fire and 8 sulfuric rains, and forswore his own faith to be unified with his brethren as the undivided fire of vengeance. Loyal and unwavering from creation till he fades into the absolute. Tasked with cleansing the flesh through pain and dissolution, he's the flesh. While flesh lives, he's the spirit. When eternity conjoins the two together. I have no idea what the heck that even means, but he looks cool. Check out his attacks. Regular attack, retaliation, mental strike, deadly jab, bloodlust. Everyone's got good loyalty for the most part, except for Kama. All right, that should be good enough. Let's move on.
Not everyone made it to the top, but among those who did, nobody managed it by sheer luck.
Now we're back to Hopper. Yeah, I was trying to tame a tropical crystal wyvern, and it did not end well yesterday. Okay, that was weird. Curse power 44. I guess we're supposed to talk about Thorn escaping. Let's go to Teak. Sir Scribe. Would you like a bite to eat or something to wet your whistle? I got both. Neither, Master Innkeeper. I have a question. You know that I arrived in search of Thorn Brand and discovered something curious. Tell me, how did he quarrel with his brother-in-law, Brand Vici? They've been enemies for some 20-odd years. Whenever those two meet, it's like throwing fresh kindling on glowing embers. What kind of embers are those? I've heard it's about some sort of inheritance? Well, it could be about the inheritance now, but I'm not an Island Scribe to tell you for certain. I only know that Brand Vici has been bearing a grudge against his sister Leaky Vici, the mother of Thorn's children. But Thorn's wife perished. There is no one to hold a grudge against. Yeah, I heard that she's perished. It would anger Brand even more. I reckon he'll not rest till he strangles Thorn's offspring. This Brand turned out to be a rotten bastard. Well, that's all I wanted to know. See you, Teak. Okay, time to talk to Ake. Listen, my friend, I'm not asking you to spill out your soul, but I want no misunderstandings between us. You're keeping an eye on me, aren't you? Who sent you? Was it Prince Treek or Karanzan? You're good at sword fighting and talent all destroying, Hopper. Just as good as you're good at reading people. Well, I'll not lie. It was Karanzan who asked me for a favor. What kind of favor was it? The Cardinal wouldn't ask for something trivial, I suppose. Do you report my every step to the Cardinal? Why in terminal would he want to know about your steps, especially every single one of them? How could I possibly report them to him? I'll be damned if I know. Trust me, if Karanzan wants you to report to him, he'll find you anywhere. Did Karanzan give you any orders regarding the prince? How could you even say that? Karanzan may be angry with his highness, but he is a cardinal, not a highway murderer. Do you really think I'm capable of something like this? I'd sooner end my own life. Yes, it was a little bit hard to believe. Great warriors usually don't run errands like this. Maybe he asked you to stab me in the back, eh? Why would I do that? Well, if you made an attempt on the prince's wife or something stupid like that, I'd do it without asking. But, things being as they are, what in damnation, I did not sign up for murder. Good. You know cardinals. They're a wicked bunch. Yes, he carried me out of the rubble, but even a cat can drag a mouse out of a puddle. His reasons for doing so, however... Karanzan have his own stake in this game. Actually, he does, but it's just so absurd. You wouldn't believe it. Truthfully, at first I couldn't even make sense of what he was asking. But the most important thing is, this favor of his won't affect my service to Jirana. Believe me, Ake, some things aren't as silly as they seem. The Cardinal is definitely not stupid. Then tell me, Hopper, why is Karan's not looking for Gletta? He said something about absurd, like Thorn can do what he may. Prince Ho is of no importance, but the girl must be kept safe. He told me to make sure she gets to Opicum. What can you say about that? Oh, Vera. I don't know what to tell you, okay? All I can think of one reason. The girl may be of use to the temple. As for Opicum, it's a special place, okay? The Reaping has never hit Opicum in full force. Perhaps you should be going. But wait, I've been meaning to ask. Why did you send Stein away? I never liked him. Odd and secretive, keeping himself to himself at all times. Truthfully, I've never trusted him, and I can't understand why Prince Tree forced him onto us. I think Stein has his own reasons for being secretive. Anything could have happened to him when the Reaping began. But if you don't like him, then I won't argue. Okay, next up. Uda. This is where Thorn's daughter was last seen. If she's left me a trace, it would be here. Shek fumbles with his keys, opens the door, and enters Unda's house, explaining all the while. The abomination's hidden in the house. Had it not been for Thorn, they would have caused more trouble. Philia and Gletta, however, disappeared. How and where they went, I cannot fathom. You've taken the humble furnishings of a traditional Barkana dwelling. Could she have escaped through the roof or a secret passage within the house? Shek smiles into his mustache. The house was surrounded. Guards posted in every yard of the block. We then left no stone unturned. We rapped on the walls and lifted floorboards. We didn't find anyone. I'm starting to think that Philly and the other girl was simply not there. You fetch a stool for Shek. Have a seat while I look around. If you don't mind, of course. Don't worry, I shan't keep you long. Nor will you have to carry me out of the rubble, I promise. Alright. The table. You see a stone table, most likely used to prepare potion ingredients. Inspect? Having carefully examined the table, you notice scratch marks on the flagstone which it is attached. What caused this is unclear. Lift? You try to lift the table, but it would be an impossible task even for Ake. It's firmly attached to the flagstone. Move. The commander shakes his head, then points out an inscription on the bottom side of the trapdoor. You recognize the handwriting from the double men here. And if you do not burn out, carry it. Oh, if you do not burn out, carry it. Shek shrugs. Pure witchcraft. Let's go, this place gives me the creeps. You unroll the scroll, making sure Shek couldn't see you. For some reason, you're certain this is meant for you. The writing is from the same hand. Your path leads to the west. May you not shy away from tall buildings, and may you remember old friends and ancient enemies alike. As you leave Unda's house, Shek addresses you. What a catch! Congratulations, Hopper. I never would have found that setup myself. You nod. This is where Gletta was hiding. She waited till everyone left and then escaped. Looking for her would be like looking for a needle in a haystack. I'll still try. You notice Shek's frown and reassure him. I remember my promise, Shek. I'll do what I can. How much longer till we can get into the palace? The commander of the guard shrugs. Now's a good time to leave. The Red Guards are on duty and the king's positions have left. I hope we can save Ho. Or Hod. As you walk through the arched corridors of the palace, you realize that without Shek, you would have been lost. Of course, the king's palace in Jarana is grander, but it is still too easy to make a wrong turn in the maze of long corridors. The guards are obviously Shek's men, but pretend you're not even here. You enter the prince's chamber and find an old woman beside his bed. Looking at the woman. Hopper, this is Tante, the prince's nurse. She has raised him from infancy and will do anything to save him now. She won't betray us. Come on, Halo, do your part. Okay, please stand guard at the door and listen closely, just in case. You're no help with enchantments in any case. This is not what I expected to find. How could the daughter of a self-taught healer weave an enchantment such as this? She's no ordinary woman. Regardless, I'll now attempt to sort it out. Do your thing, Hopper. I'll talk to Philia when I find her. Just give me the time to do it. After our chat, she'll be happy to withdraw her enchantments and place them on herself. You should thank Philia when you see her. Her enchantment is not killing the prince. It's merely putting him to sleep. For a healthy man, it would have meant death, but for a mortally wounded one, it prolongs his life. Its final moment stretches into minutes, hours, even days. Are you saying she felt a quick death for a slow one? Should we all bow to her in praise? What are we to do? You did well sorting out the enchantment, but how can we save the prince? Okay, I've not sorted it out. One cannot comprehend such intricate weaving at a glance. Step back and let me concentrate. I need to make a sketch of this pattern. And by the gods, hold your tongues. Oh, dang. It's been a long time since you last saw such a sophisticated pattern. Several minutes pass into leaden silence, but you cannot simply comprehend its properties. You'll have to play it by ear, or the consequences for Prince Hope may be dire. What you're about to do is dangerous. And it's better than doing nothing. You begin to unweave the spell, but something goes wrong. The enchantments resist you. It tightens its coil upon the prince and drains his vigor. You fight this alien magic for several minutes, but finally have to admit to yourself you've fallen into a trap. You pull yourself together and make a difficult confession. I cannot destroy this enchantment, only transfer it to another. It will not cling to me, and even if it does, it might rebound to the prince again. One of you will have to make this sacrifice. Shek smirks. Why waste one of us? Let me bring some thug from the dungeon and use him. We'll even clear him of all charges and set up a monument for him posthumously. You do not even have the energy to face the commander. It's a splendid idea, but we only have a few minutes, if not seconds. Who's willing to do it? Companions are frozen in silence. Their feelings are understandable. It's one thing to die for one princess in battle, or shielding him from an assassin's blade. But it's something else entirely to succumb to a silent and obscure death such as this. You have to pick one to do it. Well, I like having Ake, because I like talking with him. Check. Sorry, brother. You nod to the warrior, showing respect. And as you say, all you need to do is touch my hands. The enchantment will do. Before you can finish, the old nurse who has been standing in the silence near Prince Hill rushes toward you. Nobody mentions the Subtante. She grabs your hands and lock eyes with you, allowing you to witness the very moment of life, flicker of life disappear from hers. You watch in shock as the old woman's body collapses to the floor. You can barely move your lips. Did you see it? She grabbed me like by the hands herself. Trying to hide his relief, Shek shakes his head. She turned out to be the bravest among us. Dear gods, look! Prince Ho! He's opening his eyes. He's waking up! You look at the prince intensely to make sure that all the enchantment has been undone. Well, that's wonderful. I haven't taken life in vain. Your prince will live in better health than ever. Hod has no injuries. You're interrupted by a bell tolling gravely. The commander of the guard listens with apprehension, turns pale, and says, "You should leave the palace. The guards will tell you where to go. I must stay. Dear gods, I think the king is dead." That escalated. Dang. All affairs in Ursus are settled and it's time to move on. Shek catches up with you, having almost reached Ursus's gates. The commander looks worried, anxious, and slightly taken aback. It seems he has something important to tell you. He gestures for you to ride up to him. Shek whispers loudly, "I didn't want to tell you this, but you might take me for a madman. But there is so much insanity around anyway. A couple of days ago, an old woman appeared at the gate. Her frame was fragile, but her eyes were young, quite peculiar in a way. She looked like Unda, and in a way, she didn't. Shek moves around nervously. She told me that if I see the scribe, I should tell him one word. Frigga. You thank Shek and leave the city. There's plenty to ponder as you ride on. That just got intense. And we are on the road. Traveling through the Ashen Wasteland is reckless, but it's the fastest way to west to the Marsh Watch. Okay. So we need to go to the Marsh Watch as well. We could go the same way Thorn did, but we also need to figure out how to get the curses fixed. Oldgate Road, Southern Road, Woodland Way. But you know, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for today, cause holy crap, that got intense. Well, so far it looks like Pheng is at the Triple Men here now. It looks like we gotta figure out where I don't know where he's gonna go. Cameron Sanctuary. Oh, the roaming man here is right over there. So it looks like we have to go to the Black Obelisk for Pheng. Then we can either go to the Torture Stockade and the Shepherd Shelter, or the Royal Tower and the Salty Gully to the roaming men here to reach the Kimling Sanctuary. As for Hopper, beware we need to get to the Marsh Watch. We can either go to the Scarlet Tower, through the Cook of Men here, Hopper's Village. Through the Crooked Men here, the Scarlet Tower. Because remember, we have to go ahead and find out how to break this curse. I have no idea actually how to do that. I'm going to look this up. But I think we at least got... And as for Thorn himself, we need to go to the White Tower over there. Meaning we'll have to go to the Robber's Track and the secret passage. To the Warren's Mansion, Robber's Track, Woodland Bastion, Woodland's Track again, Frigga, hopefully through that little secret area, and then we can make it to the White Tower. Anyway, I'm Giant King Mark, and I'll see you all next time. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified, and I will see every one of you later.